Haunted Harvest, the Scarecrow's Revenge. On the outskirts of a quiet farming village stood an old, abandoned field. Its rows were overrun with weeds, and its soil lay barren, as if the earth itself refused to yield life. At the center of the field loomed a dilapidated scarecrow, its tattered clothes fluttering in the wind, and its burlap face stitched into a twisted grin. The locals avoided the field, muttering stories of a dark curse tied to the harvest and the scarecrow that watched over it. Years ago, the land belonged to a wealthy farmer named Elias Thorne. Driven by greed, Elias had worked his laborers to exhaustion, taking more than the land could give. When a poor villager named Silas begged for mercy, a fair share of the harvest to feed his starving family, Elias laughed and turned him away. That winter, Silas and his family perished. As the story went, before he died, Silas cursed Elias and his fields, vowing vengeance. On the night of the next harvest, Elias's workers found his lifeless body hanging from the scarecrow's frame, his face frozen in terror. Since then, no one dared step foot on the land, fearing the wrath of the haunted scarecrow. One autumn, a group of thrill-seeking teenagers, Anna, Ben, and Tyler, decided to test the legend. "It's just a stupid old story," Ben scoffed as they climbed the rusted gate and ventured into the overgrown field. The moon hung low, casting an eerie glow over the landscape. As they approached the scarecrow, an unnatural chill swept through the air. Its head tilted slightly, as if watching them. "Creepy, but harmless," Anna said, snapping a photo with her phone. The flash illuminated the scarecrow's face, and for a moment, it looked as though its stitched grin had widened. Ben, emboldened by the quiet, taunted the figure. "What's the worst you can do, huh? You're just a bag of straw." He grabbed a stone and hurled it at the scarecrow, striking its chest. The hollow sound echoed across the field. The wind picked up suddenly, rustling the dead crops. A low, guttural creak broke the silence as the scarecrow's wooden frame twisted and groaned. The teenagers froze as its head snapped toward them, and its stitched eyes seemed to burn with an unnatural light. "Did it just move?" Tyler stammered, his voice barely above a whisper. Before anyone could respond, the scarecrow tore itself free from its post with a sickening rip. Straw spilled from its arms as it lumbered toward them, each step punctuated by the crunch of dry soil. "Run!" Anna screamed, grabbing Tyler's arm as Ben stood frozen in disbelief. The scarecrow moved faster than its awkward frame should allow, its shadow stretching long and unnatural in the moonlight. The group sprinted through the field, the scarecrow's ragged breaths and the rustling of straw close behind. Ben tripped over a gnarled root, and the scarecrow was upon him in an instant. Its straw-filled hands wrapped around his throat, and his screams were swallowed by the night. Anna and Tyler reached the edge of the field, but the gate slammed shut before they could escape. The scarecrow's laughter, deep and hollow, echoed across the field as it dragged Ben's lifeless body back to its post. Desperate, Anna remembered the story of Silas and the curse. "It's vengeance," she whispered. "It wants justice." She scanned the field and spotted a rusted sickle lying among the weeds. Grabbing it, she charged at the scarecrow, shouting, "We're sorry. We'll make it right." The scarecrow paused, its glowing eyes narrowing. Anna swung the sickle, severing one of its arms. Straw exploded into the air, but the creature didn't fall. Instead, it lunged toward her, its grin growing impossibly wide. Tyler, seizing his chance, scrambled to the scarecrow's post and found an old wooden box buried beneath it. Inside were rotted crops and a withered photograph of Silas's family. Trembling, Tyler shouted, "This is what you want, isn't it? We'll bury it. We'll honor them." The scarecrow froze, its body trembling as the cursed field seemed to respond. The winds died down, and the earth beneath their feet groaned. Tyler quickly dug a hole and buried the box, whispering a prayer for Silas and his family. The scarecrow let out a final, ear-piercing wail before collapsing into a heap of straw and cloth. The field fell silent, and the gate creaked open, as if inviting them to leave. Anna and Tyler fled the field, vowing never to return. Though they survived, the memory of the scarecrow's burning eyes and hollow laughter haunted them for years. To this day, the Scarecrow remains a grim warning, its broken frame still standing in the abandoned field. The villagers say the curse has been laid to rest, but on moonless nights, some claim to hear the rustling of straw and the faint, echoing laughter of the Scarecrow's revenge. If you liked it, please leave a like and or subscribe. Thank you.